So hey everyone, welcome again to my YouTube channel, and today we are going to solve a new question from our LeetCode top interview and 50 question series, and the question title is isomorphic strings. So let's get to the question. So we have been given to a string SNT, and what we have to do is that we have to determine if these two string are isomorphic or not. It has been given that to a string SNT are called isomorphic if characters in S can be replaced to get T. It has been also given that all occurrence of a character must be replaced with another character while preserving the order of the characters. No two characters may map to the same character, but a character may be mapped to itself. Now let's take these two examples and understand this question more clearly and also try to formulate the algorithm for this. So here I have taken the two examples from the question itself. This is the first example, this is the second example. Let's understand the first first. So in the first example, you can see that what is happening is that we are linking the first character with the first character present in the T string, first second character in this string with the second in the second string, and the last character G with the last character present in our T string. Now what is happening is that we are linking E with A. That means every time you get E, you replace it with A, and every time you get G, we replace it with D. So this is the actual what is happening in here. So if the question is simple, that if you can replace every character, so that means if you have taken one character E and you have taken that we have to replace it with A, then every occurrence of this character should be replaced with the same character. For example, in this G, you have firstly stored that G should be replaced with D. Now in the next, you can see that it got again G. Now this also should be replaced with the same value, which is D. It should not be changed. So it is going to be same. So if this is happened, that means this is an isomorphic string. So we can simply return true for in this case. Now let's look at the second example, and in here you can see that what is happening is that first you have replaced F with B. That means it is saying that you have to change the character F equals to B to get the T string. Now it wants that you have to replace all the occurrence of O present in S with value equals to A. Now when you have done this, that means your second up to the second position everything is fine, but you when you move to the third position, you will see that you already got O, and you have already know that every occurrence should be replaced with A, and when you replace it with A, you are not going to get the T string. So this is going to return as false. So this is what is happening in these two examples. Now let's try to formulate the algorithm which we can solve this example. Now one point which is very important, that you are saying that we can convert this as a string by changing the characters present in this as a string to get the T string, but the reverse is also going to be true. That means you can also replace the characters present in T string to get the S string. Here you can see that you can replace all the occurrence of A in T to get to E, and all the occurrence of D to G, you can simply get the S string. So in the reverse order also, if you can if you change the strings present in S and T, and you can swap that, you can again get the isomorphic string. So this is going to be true. But in this case, what is happening that you are simply able to found the flaw. What is happening is that there are two O's, and you have to replace the same value for the both O. So this is simple. But let's assume that you got the value bar in the S string and F double O in T string. What will happen then? Let's take that case. So what will happen? We are taking that S is going to be equals to now bar, and your S is now equals to foo. Now what you will do is that you will first store the value B with the value F. That means all the occurrence of B should be replaced with F. And again you take A, and you will say that all the occurrence of A should be replaced with O. Now again you will check that the value is different, which is going to be R, and it should be replaced with O. But in here you are not able to find that you have already the duplicate which has been occurred. That means you are not able to store this R, but you are not able to got this. So if you got this string, this is going to give us a wrong answer, and it is going to return us true in this case first, like the first example. So to tackle this, what we need to do is that we have to take the two map. We will take two map. First is M and second is N. First is from S to T. First is from S to T, and second is from T to S. So if this case arises, then you can simply handle in any cases. So if you are taking this, if you are taking this map, then you can simply get this flaw and you can simply return false. And if you get the reverse, then you can also see that you can also get the same flaw in this second map. Now this is an approach which we are going to follow, is that we are going to take two maps and we are going to store the relations between the words in the s and t string if they are not present. And if they are present, what we have to do, we have to check if they are already linked to the correct character or not. If they are linked to the wrong character, then we have to, or if it is already present, then we have to return the false. Now let's try to code and understand it better. Now first what we have to do, we have to take an ordered map, and we are going to take of type int comma int, and we are taking two, that means m comma n. Now what we have to do is that we have to run a for loop for int I equals to 0, I less than, and in which string we are going to traverse. We can simply traverse in any string, and why is that? Because the length for the both string is going to be same. If it is not the case, then it is simply going to return false. We have to not worry about that. So we can simply take s dot length I plus plus. Now in here what we have to do, we have to check that the first the values are linked or not. So how we can check is that we can check it by m dot find which value si value. If you are able to check that if it is equals to m dot end, so this is implying that it is not present. And again you can check in ns string, that means n dot find, and here which value ti is equals to n dot end. So what we have to do, we have to simply insert the value. So you can say m si is equals to ti, and simply for n ti is equals to si. Now let's take the else part, and in here what will happen, that you have already stored these two values. Now what we have to do, we have to check, and what we are going to check, if our msi value is not equals to our ti, and our nti value which we have stored is not equals to our si value. So if any of this case arises, so you have already understand in my explanation that what we are doing is that we are storing these two map in order to tackle the cases in where you are not able to find the flaw in any one case. So if you can check if it is not present in first, or if it's not present in second, that means if these two are not equal, that means what we have to do, we have to return false. And if all goes fine, what we have to do, we have to return true. Now let's run this code. So this is accepted. Now let's submit this code. So this is successfully submitted. So this is the question for today, and this is a very interesting question. So thank you all.